Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Farhat Yasmin. My area of specialization is nanobiotechnology and plant stress physiology. The subject which I am going to teach during this semester is the plant physiology. You have heard about physiology and you all are very clear about physiology. Today we will discuss about very an important factor in plant physiology, which is dormancy. Whenever you hear the word dormant, that a thing comes in your mind is that something has ceased its functioning, something has stopped its working. So in the case of plant physiology, when we discuss about dormancy, then it means there is a process of life, and you know that process of life starts with germination, and that ends with the various growth of stages, such as vegetative growth, then flowering, and this also ends with the seed formation and fruit formation, and results in the death of the plant. However, under certain situations, under certain conditions, some plants stop or cease its growth. Some plants or some seeds don't continue this process. So that in that case we can say that these plants are under dormant situation, or the word dormancy. So dormancy, why there is dormancy? Because there is something, some unfavorable conditions, or which we will discuss in details in the further in the lecture. But this basically this process initiates when there is something unwanted or unfavorable environmental conditions which are necessary for the growth of plant. The term dormancy, basically if we discuss about the term dormancy, then this particular word describes about the arrest in growth and development of the plant parts under conditions which apparently suitable for the growth, but actually they are providing any sort of resistance to the plant under the growth conditions. Why we are studying dormancy? Why we are considering this process? Because this process has immense significance in our survival of the life. First of all, significance of dormancy is that this process enables the plant to overcome the unfavorable conditions, because if any seed starts to germinate during that unfavorable conditions, because the conditions are not suitable for the growth, then the plant will automatically die. For example, in temperate areas, in temperate zones where temperature falls below freezing point, in that conditions, if there is no process of dormancy, then plants will automatically die because of dormancy, because of not because of dormancy, but because of the below temperature below the freezing point. Second significance is that dormancy enables the plant to for the storage, transportation, and handling of seeds, of vegetables, flowers, or grains. Because you all know that storage is very important process for the growth and survival, and transportation is also very important, and handling of seeds. Then another significance is synchronized germination. Means if that dormancy enables the plant to grow under, to germinate under the specific conditions. For example, if there is summer plant that should be grown under summer situations, not in the winter situations, and this could only be possible under the dormancy. Another significance is the dispersal of seed, which is very important for the survival and for the continuity of life, that the seeds should disperse from the unfavorable environmental conditions to the favorable conditions, and this could only happens under the dormancy. Seed bank, we can create seed bank for the next generation or for the next few years. This could only be happens if there is dormancy, and the continuity of species is also achieved through the dormancy. There are two main types of dormancy. First is the innate dormancy, and second is imposed or enforced or induced dormancy. First, innate dormancy is the dormancy which is caused because of the tissues within the seed or within the plant. Means this innate dormancy is because of the internal conditions, while imposed or induced or enforced dormancy, as the word indicate, imposed means that is not natural process, that is not because of the internal conditions but because of the external conditions. There is some external conditions, such as there is any moisture imbalance, there is temperature, light, etc., and some chemical inhibitors which have inhibited the growth. So this kind of dormancy is not natural, so this is imposed by something from the external environmental factors. So this kind of dormancy is imposed dormancy. Further, we will discuss about different types of dormancies. Then we will discuss about in next class we will discuss about the yes, how we can impose dormancy, different methods of imposing dormancy, and also the methods to break dormancy. If we want to break the dormancy, then how can we break that dormancy? This is also very important. So please, so we'll meet inshallah in our next class. Thank you, students.